Oh, God. Welcome to December 29th, everybody. If you're feeling like I'm feeling, it's going to be a really good sleep tonight. A really good sleep. I guess if you two days and a few hours left in 2025. I hope you guys are ready for 2026 because oh man, it is going to be a crazy week. How was your Christmas? How was Christmas? Is there a consensus? Is there a vote? Is there a comment? Is there a chat? Damn, I had a great Christmas, Danny. Danny, I had a fine Christmas. I don't know why I'm talking Southern. Why not? Why not? Oh, yeah. Some things never change. Some things never change. Like Three-Eye Atlas. You know, if you guys watched December 19th, and we were live, right through the Perigee. The Perigee is the closest point when Earth and an object, in this case, Three-Eye Atlas, come to each other. So the Perigee was on December 19th, a few days ago. Nothing happened. I would have loved to have been on the phone with Avi Loeb, right? It's like, Avi, dude, like, are we expecting like ships to fly out? Is something going to happen here? And so you kind of think, okay, that's it, right? It's going to die down. That's it. There's like, you can't keep taking this thing. Like you can't, like you kind of got to settle down on the alien stuff. But I tell you, man, the internet, YouTube. I mean, the videos just keep getting worse. You know, now of course. And I'm just working on a video on that. Now it's Jupiter, right? It's all about Jupiter, March 16th. I mean, when you think about it, it's only going to take this thing, what, 3 months, call it 3 months to get to Jupiter? I mean, that's at 100, what is it going? 153,000 miles per hour. That's pretty fast, right? That's much faster than any probe we sent out anywhere. But it's going to be in our solar system till 2032, I believe. So it's hanging out. Like it's probably hit a Starbucks at Pluto, you know. I'll have a double frappo latte. I have not been to Starbucks. I don't know about you guys. I ain't been to Starbucks in 4 years, 5 years. I mean, they're doing terribly, but I guess, you know, when people got to tighten their belt a little bit, you're going to stop paying for that $10 daily coffee, right? I mean, basically, $300 a month for coffee, Frappo Wappo, vanilla Frappuccino. I know some people still do it, like they need it. It's tradition. That's cool. And maybe Three-Eye Atlas is gonna have to, you know, they'll get their little name on their cup. Three-Eye Atlas, the quadruple espresso. Could be. Who's in the house? Oh, geez, we got some peeps. Hi, hey. Shayna Liz Diaz. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, geez. Now that's, whoa, we got some, what the fuck? You know what? That's exactly the kind of stuff I want to see in chat. Get the biggest. I'm like, what country are they from? Where are they from? Good old American. Hey, Shayna, that's your name, right? Beth. Hi. Shayna, Beth. Of course, I mean, how many times have you got the Kiss song, right? Beth, I hear you calling. I mean, it is a great song. It's a great name. Beth Karen. Shayna, like everyone's got Jennifer. Jennifer's a classic, great name. Good looking people with good looking names. That's all I got to say. That's all I can say. We're doing so. It's space.com is like one of my favorite. Look, I'm a screenwriter. I think some of you might know I'm a screenwriter as well. Spent 20 years in Los Angeles, won many awards. Love writing, love it. Love writing sci-fi, horror, fantasy. And I do love space.com. Like as a closet astrophysicist, I'm like one of those guys. Obviously, look, we're not astrophysicists, right? So we rely on the Roger Penrose, the James Gates, the Brian Coxes, these these guys that read the scientific journals, do the research, and then they regurgitate it, and we just regurgitate it back. But it's a lot. I tell you, it's like running a movie show or a movie channel. All you got to do is watch something and then give your opinion. I mean, okay, that's real hard. Like, I sat down and watched Stranger Things. Mind you, watching Stranger Things has been pretty freaking tough. Have you? Oh, there's healing through energy. Joshua, yeah, it's okay. All right, that's cool. Have you guys watched Stranger Things? It is bad. It is bad. This is their season 8 Game of Thrones. Oh my God, the writing is terrible. It's blocky. It's like goes from one scene to the next. Then they explain it. They explain the scene. Everyone talks, and then someone will say, "We need a plan." We need a plan. And then they sit around and then one of them thinks of one. And there's three gay relationships. You got the two girls. Now, what's his name? So at the end, you're watching the 7th episode. Now, as a screenwriter, I am all about the story, right? I don't care about the other stuff. I don't care. Like there is no reason to show, what's his name? Will, right? The big reveal. I thought I was going to reveal something about Vecna. I'm gay. Wait, what? I will guarantee you that was got to somehow play into the end, because otherwise that's the worst screenwriting. I mean, this is season 8 of Game of Thrones. Turns out Trump is the pedophile. Well, I mean, what? I'm not. What do you? I'm not here. I don't know. Politicians. Grim. Politicians are not scientists. Maybe. I mean, I don't know what I don't like getting political. I don't, because it's kind of like in a lot of issues I sit in the middle, right? Pamela's back in the house. Hey, Pamela. How you doing? But I typically don't like getting political. I'm more of a, when the screenwriting side, the movie side, I don't put any politics into anything I write, nor do I think anyone else should. Just write the great story, right? Just write the great story. Science doesn't need politics, but politics wants science, right? Because science is the only superpower we got. So I still got my Grinch cup. It's still. I think it's going till January 1st at least, right? The Grinch. So, but I know the Epstein files. Hey, Goose Sniff. Hello, Goose Sniff. Hope you had a good Christmas. I subbed. Well, thank you very much. Welcome to the clan. I am having wine tonight, Pamela, and I really shouldn't, because I will fall asleep tonight like that. I really haven't had any the last 3 nights, so but yeah, I am a little bit. I'd probably say 3/4 of a glass, maybe. Why not? It's but look, when it comes to science fiction. So science fiction, Science fact often follows science fiction. Scientists are motivated. They are inspired by science fiction. You tell me 2001: A Space Odyssey hasn't inspired countless astrophysicists? I mean, it inspires the layman, the vernacular. Star Trek or Dune or Space 1999, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I mean, there's some. So science fiction is important, and when science fiction, well, we don't have any good anymore. I am any good science fiction left. Finish my thought. I'm looking forward to the Stargate. The original guys that did that are producing it. So, maybe there's something, but Stranger Things, oh my God. And so the finale is New Year's Eve. Goose, I hope you had a wonderful day today and a wonderful Christmas too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope, well, that's, that is, yeah, it is hopefully a time of year where you can, yeah. It's the time of year where you can. I hit the applause with the long button. This is the long button. And if it's your first time here, if you've been around, feel free to join, subscribe, hang out with us. We do science. We do science here. We also do entertainment, sci-fi, horror. I wrote a couple of awesome horror scripts. Did an entire world. It's one of my most winning screenplays. And of course, fantasy. So guys, I used to be drunk on World of Warcraft. Have you guys been there too? Like back in the day when yeah, you do see. Yeah. When World of Warcraft was the bomb. I used to play a ton of Age of Conquerors too, but my personality is so addicted. I had to drop it all. Just like the whole thing right off the cliff. I'm done. Like, no, la. My friends asked me to play Halo and all this other stuff. La. But what I am gonna, this is not good. This is like offering cocaine to a cocaine addict. I am gonna start. This is kind of like news. I am gonna start streaming some video games in the new year, sporadically after the live show. So after this show, I'm gonna jump on, maybe do some Warcraft, maybe Guild Wars, maybe I don't know, but definitely World of Warcraft Classic, the classic. Do you guys remember the classic? See a Gusif. Baron, hello from Ohio. Hello, Baron. How is it in Ohio? Is it snowing? Is it snowing in Ohio? But I hope you have a wonderful day, rest of the day. You too, have a great evening, good sleep, and a good new year if I don't see you before then. Ohio, great college ball, right? Great college ball, right? Got to I'm not that big into. I know the Rams are playing tonight. Rams are playing some of them. The season's basically over, but the one thing about science channels, you got and sometimes I hang out with some of the I know some of the movie guys and gals, and some of their audience is so militant. And people, so the people that we've been getting here, it's a pretty young stream, pretty young show, are pretty damn cool. So I'm pretty happy about that. Hey, look, everyone's got, everyone wants to have a little bit, but it's good. We have some good debates, and that's, I think, I might not believe that aliens are visiting us, but I do want to hear from the people who believe that aliens are visiting us. It's a place for debate. It's a place for conversation. It's a place for, if someone disagrees with me, unless they're being absolutely vicious personal attacks, the debate of opposing opinion is always how we've moved the whole idiom of humanity forward, right? I mean, for 1,000 years, we did stagnate during the Middle Ages. I mean, the church did control things. There's one idea. That's what, unfortunately, that is what happened. But it is, good conversation, good debate, good, and that's, so great. And if someone doesn't agree with me, I definitely want to hear about it, right? It's like, Danny, you're wrong, and here's why. So it's, but Stranger Things, I'm going to do a much more thorough show analysis, and it is science fiction, right? It certainly is. I mean, that's the only way you could explain it. It's not horror because it's certainly not scary. I mean, it's pretty wishy. This is season 8. Season 5 is season 8 of Game of Thrones. It is. These Duffer brothers, I don't want to say it looks like they lucked out. You know, a lot of times you have writers, they have a lot of great ideas for one screenplay, and that's it. I'd be like, Jay, I'm not going to read that. Jay. But I will do a Stranger Thing. Like, it's science fiction. You know, I'm a huge Dungeons and Dragons. I got like, I'm a collector, right? So I'm a big collector of the D&D stuff. This is like a pristine 1979. It's not a yellow leaf where the inside has a yellow leaf, but this book has never been opened. I swear to God, it has never been opened. It is from 1979, and it has never been opened. I have got oodles of stuff. That's my big thing, right? I love collecting Dungeons and Dragons. White boxes. I think I got like 16 of the white boxes. The original Dungeons and Dragons. I don't have wood grain. I don't have one of the wood grain boxes. But this is I have a few tucked, you know, and all 4 of these books are, right? Remember the old, and this book, and again, it's not one of the El Primo ones. It's just, this thing it's there. I don't think it's ever been opened. It is just in pristine. And of course, the original deities and demigods. And this is the Cthulhu version. There's a version with Cthulhu and then one without. The one with Cthulhu is worth a little bit more. If you're ever going to collect Dungeons and Dragons stuff, the main thing, never buy anything with any writing in it. It doesn't matter if there's a discount. It doesn't matter. It's garbage. It's useless. Anything with writing on it, you know? And I got a whole 2 cupboards full of all this stuff, and a lot of stuff got in the cellophane wrap from the original. So, but anyway, this is one of the more original 1978. And again, you can actually hear the crack of the spine just from that. Anyway, that's my thing. That's my thing. I love D&D. But anyway, that was the whole thing. Stranger Things started off with Dungeons and Dragons. Where it veered, like, I know it was an opening scene, but there's so many derivatives from it. The Demogorgons and all that. We'll see what happens. You know what? New Year's Eve is the finale. So we'll talk about it next week. So space.com, I was talking about space.com. So I haven't even looked at it myself. They have their top 10 sci-fi movies. Top 10 sci-fi for 2025. And Space News. Oh, what's the Space News I got? 3i Atlas. Oh, yeah, I got to play that. Does the best sci-fi movies of 2020. So I don't even know. There we go. Is that right? That's right? Yeah. Let me fix this up here. It's like they get the advertising out. Oh, come on. There we go. That works, right? Yeah. Big enough? Yeah. So this is space.com, their top 10 sci-fi movies of the year. Now, I haven't done my list, but this is space.com. I do like space.com. They've got a great, their news department is good. Their writing, for the most part, is pretty good. Sometimes the writing gets kind of droll. I think they should speak a little bit more in the vernacular. But they're good for the most part. Good for the most part. So what is space.com's top? And it's getting to that time of year, right? It is like everything, like top 10 this, top 10 that. Spike your 2 days ago. They're still talking about spiking the eggnog 2 days ago. Well, spike your eggnog and relax with our list of the finest flicks of the year about invasive AI, soaring superheroes, and Lovecraftian horrors. Dun 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 dun. Hey, cut that out. Come on. As the year, I'm not even gonna read that. We don't need the fluff. Number 12, Tron Ares. Really? Really? Tron Ares made that? What the? I don't know. I don't know what to say. Maybe. Is it top? Wait, 12? I thought it was. I guess top 12. Is it the worst 12 or the what the? What the fuck did I just hear? All right. Well, that's. Let me just. Come on. Let me just fix this just a little bit. I can get it better. I can do better. Okay, so I know a lot of you haven't seen it. Neither have I, actually. I've only been told by friends that are very good, a couple of also screenwriters, and they were mortified by it. I said, okay, all right, I'll watch it streaming. I believe it's streaming already, isn't it, Tron? You're garbage. It's garbage. Running Man. Oh my God, there's a lot of bad stuff. The Electric State. Official trailer from Netflix. Electric State. Wait a second. That one was also utter garbage, wasn't it? So this was the Russo brothers, right? This one was the Russo brothers. This one was, I have not seen it. This one, I was told this is right up there with Section 31. Like, that's what. Okay, was this the top or the worst? What the hell was this? The best sci-fi movies. Shit. Okay. Well, okay, space.com may not be the best. I don't know. Okay. We'll keep going. Number 10. The Gorge. Apple Tea. I haven't seen it either. Jeez. I'm a real help on this one, eh? Has anyone seen The Gorge out there? The Gorge. Gorgeous. You're gorgeous. Lilo and Stitch. Is that sci-fi? I haven't seen it either. Not my bag. It's not my wheelhouse. Bugonia? Yeah. Okay. Number 8, space.com has Bugonia. Of course, that was the one with Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons. The Human Resistance kidnaps a corporate hotshot played by Emma Stone, believing she's an extraterrestrial residing on Earth and masquerading as a powerful big pharma CEO. Big pharma. It's always got to be big pharma. I mean, if you look at their stock, the stocks haven't, unless they're doing GLP-1s, the stocks are doing pretty good. But if they don't have a GLP-1 product in their portfolio, I mean, the stocks ain't doing that good. All those ones. I hope, did you guys take the vaccine, the COVID vaccine? I never did. No freaking way. And I know a lot of people that are having problems with that COVID vaccine. And of course, the information comes out. Hey, some people are believers. They're believers in the vaccine. I had about 13 employees at the time in Los Angeles, and I made nobody get it. Nobody. And I don't think any of them did. So, whew. But I don't know why that took. There's something why that took me that way. Lost in Starlight. Man, I have got to catch up with some of these movies. I guess I'm going to give that a little bit of an applause. It looks like a foreign cartoon, right? It looks Japanese-ish or a South Korean. South Korean. Yeah, South Korean director. Yeah, Han Ji-won. I had a lot of South Korean friends in Los Angeles. Man, most of my friends in Los Angeles were actually South Korean. Number 6, we got Superman. Oh, I did a review on Superman, and it was a bad Superman. And I'll give you just 2 examples. There's 2 relationships that set the fulcrum for Superman. 2 relationships that need to be on the money. Lois and his Earth mother. Both of those relationships were absolutely atrocious. Atrocious. Zack Snyder got both of those relationships on the money. Like the relationship, Zack Snyder, Superman, Henry Cavill with his mom, Earth Mom. I mean, that was brilliant. That was beautiful. Those are the 2 relationships. And basically off the first scene, you basically absolutely dislike Lois Lane. Dislike her. She's absolutely destroying Superman for, a guy who has to basically, save people. And then the stupidest thing in this entire movie was when Superman saves the city from the big 300-foot gremlin. Remember the Stay Puft Gremlin monster? Superman puts the monster down with some of the worst casting of the Hawk Girl, and there's just bad casting throughout this movie. But so he saves the entire city from 300-foot monster guy, and then within a minute and a half, people are throwing pop cans at him because somehow Lex Luthor gets a big screen and broadcasts right after he just kills this. Well, with the help of the guy. And within a minute and a half, he broadcasts around the world that Superman has a super harem, which is not illegal. Last I checked, I mean, if Superman wants a super harem, I'm sure he could. He's Superman. I'm sure there's probably a lot of ladies that would, pick me. But he still has to turn himself in. I don't know for what. I mean, this movie was so nonsensical, so stupid. I mean, I could go on for Superman. This was not how you build a universe. This is not how you build a world. In DC, you build the world with Batman. Batman is the world. You build the tone. You build everything dealing with the world. You could even change the universe a bit, but you set up Batman and you just put a few. So if this was the top 10 worst list and Superman was number 6 on the worst, I'd probably agree. I do know there's some people that did like it. Some people that like Superman. It is not James Gunn's finest hour. It really isn't. It really isn't. Number 5, 28 years later. Yeah. Came and went pretty. I guess all of these movies come and go so fast, don't they? Right? But that is. Cinema is obviously, we all know it's changing, right? Streaming has made a dramatic impact, but it's also pricing. It's also quality. But we also see it in Stranger Things. Episode 7, we get the big reveal. There's a big reveal. Something's going to happen. Everyone's sitting down. Will is crying. Something huge. There's a reveal coming about Vecna that is going to blow our minds. No, he doesn't like girls. He doesn't even say I'm gay. He just says, I don't like girls. Everyone's crying, hugging, crying. What? And if you look at Rotten Tomatoes, it's got like a 5.6, which might be a little bit too high. But, that is not the way you screenwrite. It just isn't. It's just, that is so. Anyway, number 5, 28 years. This is the space.com's top 12 sci-fi movies of the year, my friends. This is big, big news. Predator, Killer of Killers, Predator Badlands. From Hulu YouTube. Watch on YouTube. So that was there's two of them, right? There was the Predator Badlands and then the Killer of Killers. So I guess they're putting it onto the same one. All right. That's cool. Number 3 is Ash. I didn't see Ash. Have you guys seen Ash? I haven't seen it. Ash. Fire and Ash. Ash. Put the H in there. Put the H in there. I don't think I've read a couple of interviews with James Cameron. Doesn't look like he's going to be part of even if Disney orders a 4th one. I think he's just going to be executive producer. I think he is avatared out. Avatared. You're an avatard. I think he's avatared out totally. But the Fantastic Four First Steps, which is kind of funny, which is really kind of funny because there was no movie in 2025 that butchered science as bad as this movie did. This movie was a monstrosity, an absolute embarrassment, a disgusting, slobbish piece of trash when it came to their treatment or understanding of science, of wormholes, of everything. FTL. Apparently, do you guys know apparently that when they went into their, so they shoot a gas propelled rocket or a liquid fueled rocket from the center of the city up into space, which they connect to their FTL little connection and they go FTL. Apparently they were in FTL for 30 days, for a month. Did you guys know that? For a month. It should be a laugh. But if you're going for a month, you would think that maybe Reed would probably think, oh, honey, you're pregnant. You are in the final trimester. I don't know if you should be going out and fighting a god. I mean, seems like a bad choice. Like not a great. I mean, I could. The very idea that from a science perspective, that their solution was to teleport Earth to another solar system. Not the moon. No, not the moon. It's going to be a million light years away. So you're going to I think it was a million light. So you're going to be out in the middle of nowhere because the closest galaxy to us is Andromeda, which is 2.5 million light years away, right? And the Milky Way is 120,000 light years. So it's or did he say a million years to find them? I don't know. But if you're like this, he teleports an egg. And then he tells, I don't know who he says, Johnny Storm, I think he says, don't worry, it's just a matter of scale. Yeah, really, an egg and then the Earth. It's just a matter of scale. Don't worry, these are trivial problems. But so the idea was that to save the Earth from Galactus, you're going to teleport it away without the moon, which would basically, and you're going to find another sun to put it in the perfect spot. Well, what about all the planets would probably start to fly apart here in the in our solar system the second you disrupt the balance of orbital harmony. I mean, dear God, okay. The point is, the science in the Fantastic Four was probably some of the worst you will ever see. And if you're in any way a science lover, or adhere to the idea that you want at least science approximate in your movies, this movie is not for you. This is I didn't like it. I didn't like this movie. I didn't. The antagonist was way too powerful. You picked a god against the Fantastic Four. I mean, theoretically speaking, I think a lot, and I'm not a Marvel expert, But all my Marvel friends who know that say, Galactus could probably beat Thanos even with the Infinity glove on, right? They say, well, it took the Avengers to defeat Thanos. Well, why are you using such a powerful antagonist against the Fantastic Four? I mean, the thing was basically, what was he? He was a cook and a pilot. That's all he did. And he threw one tanker car. That's it. But he was a great cook and a great pilot. Hopefully he was folding the clothes too out of the dryer. Because he was a chauffeur and a maid. That's what he was. And number one is, I think, is it going to be Avatar? I don't even know. What's number one? Number one, Space.com's top 12 sci-fi movies of the year. You know, I guess maybe there's only 12 of them to even pick, so there's probably not that many. Oh, Frankenstein! Frankenstein. I got things to say about Frankenstein from a screenwriting perspective. It is much better. It is much better than the aforementioned movies. The problem with Frankenstein is, if you guys see Shape of Water, it was exactly the same movie. Halfway through the movie, it was exactly the same movie. It was basically about a creature who had a keeper and all these other. It was basically the Frankenstein was the Shape of Water, and in the second half, when the wedding started, it was very blocky. It was like Lego blocks. When the story starts to become Lego blocky, where it's like things don't flow in a really nice way that still keeps the suspense going into the final act. I don't. And then also when Frankenstein got angry, or Victor Frankenstein, he got angry at Frankenstein. It was manufactured anger for no reason, because he could only say one word. You just created a new creature, and you basically, the anger that Victor got was because he could only say one word. That's it. That was the basis for the anger. It was terrible. It's terrible. But overall, I thought Frankenstein was a little bit too pretty. He's a good-looking Frankenstein. But given what we were having to work with for the year, Frankenstein was probably an okay pick for the number one show. There we go. That was the top. I thought it's top 12. Top 12 sci-fi movies from space.com. Yeah, well, I guess Stranger Things is a TV show, so it's not going to be on there. Boy, Stranger Things, it is really bad, isn't it? You guys watching it? I know. So disappointing. It is so disappointing. Stranger Things. God, 2 days left. 2 days left in 2025. This year was pretty fast. As a matter of fact, I think since Labor Day, it was almost like half the time. It felt like 2 months. Since September 1st, it's felt like 2 months. Not 4 months. I think The Grinch is okay for a few more days. I did mention I am going to start streaming video games. Yes, I concur, Pamela. Yes. So fast. I am going to start streaming video games. So anyway, I'm going to talk more about that. There's something magical about World of Warcraft Classic, because it's easy to do. And then, because I'm a yacker, right? The whole idea for me is to play a video game, engage with you guys, talk some science, talk some fantasy, talk some real, politics if it comes down to it, I guess. I actually loaded up. I got my Steam account back. I got my BattleNet account back. All my stuff is still in there from years ago. It's crazy. It's still there. All still there. And yeah, that's what I'm good. There's some science news. I'm going to get into, let's remove that. Stop screen. Yeah. Thank you. Share screen. Actually, well, hold on a sec. Best side, we're done with that. 3i Atlas, Perigee. Not going to do that. Oh, space game. I'm going to do the space for games for tomorrow. Oh, don't need that. Okay, so I want to get into the 3i Atlas. And it's a bit of, it's the final year of 2025. So I don't think, even in the science world, you don't want to take things too seriously. You kind of want to cruise, right? Oh, Pamela, I missed that one. I need that applause button. Sometimes every time I do anything, I know, right? Sometimes you just want that reinforcement. It's like you go into the fridge, you grab a jar of pickles, you pull one out, the applause starts as you put the jar of pickles back into the fridge. You just want a little bit of, yeah, I know. Everyone should have a little applause button. Whatever, yeah. You just we should all be applauding each other once in a while. Just, something happens, applause. Yes, Pamela. Yes. It would be good for all humanity to share in the applause. Maybe one day there is a maybe in a different universe, there is an iteration of humanity where the applause button is a standard feature on everyone's cell phone. They just hit a button. Applause. Be a lot of applause going everywhere. A lot of applause. Oh, boy, I've been watching some YouTube videos too. What have I been watching? I think I mentioned I watched Beard Meets Food. I love Beard Meets Food. I don't know why. He's fucking funny. I watch Asmongold from time to time. Geez, what else? Well, some of this stuff like Astrum, and there's some of the other science channels that I always rip through. It's actually been but here's the thing, it's been really slow. News-wise, science-wise, everything-wise, it's been really slow. Hey, buddy, start panting like a dog. I'll frickin' bark like one. Have you, speaking of dog, I think they're AI, but have you seen those dogs where they have a little chihuahua? That's Jacob. Jacob wants me to start panting like a dog. I always pant like a dog. That's like, no, I won't. Pam, I won't. There's they're YouTube shorts, and they have a little chihuahua with like this mask on, this evil face, and then it walks up to like a pit bull, and then the pit bull wakes up and sees it, freaks out, and runs off. I think they're AI. I think they're AI. I think they are. But there's a lot of them. They're pretty funny. Or there's the ones where the cat or the dog, they fall off of the couch, and the rug it looks real. It looks like it's a hole going down, and then the cat falls off, and the cats freak out. The dogs are like, It's freaking funny. It's freaking funny. Although I gotta say, you gotta go through like 90% of the shorts just to get something that's half decent, right? I mean, there's a lot of, it's getting harder to tell. I know, tell from AI. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's so true. And you got to ask yourself, and this is a lot of the thing, a lot of the research that I've been doing in AI, trying to understand, especially from a real technology perspective. They're putting up these server farms. They're putting these server farms up in Less than a year. And these are server farms that have 10,000 times the compute power of server farms from just 2 or 3 years ago. When computing, quantum computing hits, probably 2027, 28, it's going to make these server farms look like, Tonka toys compared to the big ass cat, the big, full on big things, big graders. It makes you, there's a few theorists, philosophers that are quite alarmist when it comes to their take on what happens in the next 2 or 3 years. But you can just tell that to anyone who's been laid off, and there's millions. They're already in an alarmist frame of mind, and that may not. Anyway. AI, jeez, yeah. AI is we don't know. So anyway, in 2026, in January, I'm putting together as much info as I can on AI, on aliens. We always love aliens, right? A little bit on, obviously black holes. There's a bunch of stuff. But this week is a little bit casual. So on December 29th, December 19th. Oh, you know what? I think I need some wine. A little bit of wine. I don't have much wine. Only a little bit, not much. We know, yeah, it's so bad. Yep. It is, Pamela. It is. So, we have to know it, understand it, and a lot of jobs are going to be wiped out. I always say, be a robot repair person. If you want to make some serious cash, be a robot repair person. I repair robots. Big bucks, I bet. Big bucks. I wouldn't even know where you start to go to learn that stuff. I have no idea. Jeez, we've been on for 52 minutes already? Do I know how to yak or what? Jeez. Okay, so 3i Atlas, December 19th, it hit the perigee. So the perigee is when a celestial object comes to its closest point with the Earth. So on December 19th, at 1:01 a.m. Eastern Time, 3i Atlas hit the perigee. And there's so much talk. Do you remember it? I do, because we were live. I mean, I stayed up late. I go to sleep early. I wake up at 3 a.m. So you can imagine for me to be up till I'm up until I wake up. And we're sitting there looking at the sky, waiting for aliens to come flying out, something. Yes, I know. Musk says you won't have to work. Yeah, that it's going to be a work-free civilization. I don't see it. I don't know. I'd love to see how that transforms from one to the next different type of economy. But Shit Zero, I have slept for 4 months. You haven't slept for 4 months, or you have slept for 4 months? I have slept for 4 months. That's like the 3i Atlas. 3i. Oh, yeah. 3i. You're right. 3i. So the perigee. Avi Loeb, and I listen to Avi Loeb a lot because he's been somewhat quiet. Look, if you guys, there are videos on YouTube, and they're all AI of Avi Loeb. You need to go into the comments. Hit more at the very, very bottom. It says, for entertainment purposes only, these comments do not reflect the actual comment of Avi Loeb. It is literally bullshit. And there's a couple of channels that do it crazy amounts. So it's not actually Avi Loeb talking, but it makes you think it is Avi Loeb. It looks like him. It looks exactly like him. And Avi Loeb even said he's got to try and stop it. He's actually called YouTube to try and but that's what you hate when you sensationalize things, when you make extraordinary claims without extraordinary evidence, or extraordinary claims with somewhat below par evidence. You become the sensationalist, and that is literally what happened. So what happened on December 19th was basically nothing. Basically. Well, sorry, it was nothing. It was absolutely nothing. Stefan Burns? Is that the guy with the, he does the seances, the meditation, is that the right guy? He's a little, I don't know. He's not Spock. He's not no, Stefan Burns. Okay, hold on a sec. Okay, I know. Yeah, no, that is the guy, Stefan Burns. Yeah, that is the guy, Pamela. He also does meditation and stuff. I've watched him a couple of times. I'm like, what the hell am I watching here? I don't think he's a physicist. I cover solar activity, space weather, planetary alignments, and geophysics. He also does. Stephen Burns. Oh no, he is a geophysicist who lives in the San Francisco Bay Area. I have watched him, but he's very much into the planet alignments and some of this stuff that crystals, and I'm not really. But he is a geophysicist. He's an intelligent man. I've watched a couple of shows. Not exactly my cup of tea. I'm more of a Brian Cox kind of guy. But you want an applause? I'll give you applause. I'm down there. For Pamela. I wonder why Fire and Ash wasn't on that top 12 movies of space.com. Because that's a 2025 movie. Fire and Ash. Avatar. Hope you had a good Christmas, everyone. I really do. Merry Christmas. Can you still, like, when is the last day you're allowed to say Merry Christmas? Can you say it on December 29th? I don't really think you can you? I don't think you can. Or can you get away with it? You could probably get away with it. I just did. I mean, I guess you can get away with it. Bows. 2 days left. You guys. Oh, boy. I did have a friend that, not a close friend, but a friend that was not too smart on a New Year's Eve. And hopefully we don't have, but, like always, there's always people out there that play recklessly, and it changes. Yeah, you got to play. I'm a stay-at-home guy. Are you guys a stay-at-home? You stay at home? Who stays at home? I stay at home. I am so boring. Avery Dickerson. I'm doing well. I'm very, thank you, Avery. And I think that this is kind of that time of year, right? It's got to, we don't need a fast pace. We don't need heavy stuff, right? We're relaxing. Some of you probably are sitting there, you got your feet up, you got your hands behind you got your cocoa, maybe even some wine like I have. Some red wine like I have. I'm not going anywhere tonight. I may have a second glass. I might. Yeah. You know why? Because I can. Avery, I'm just now chilling in my bed. Oh, that sounds. Nice. I should do a show from bed. I should just roll a bed like right here, just like lie down and Get my get my keyboard out in front of me and start. Yeah, don't go out unless you have to. Yeah, that's exactly it. But I tell you, there's nothing this time of year. There's nothing. There's some heavy weather, some snowfall in the Northeast, rain out on the West Coast, Canada, parts of Canada got there's a lot of places. So just sit at home and chill, right? You just sit at home and chill. Maybe watch some entertainment science shows like Dimension Zero. Just an idea. Hey, can I get a word in edgewise? Can I say something here? Maybe Dimension Zero. I do love science, and I know there's because we're very new. I love science. I love science fiction. I'm a screenwriter. I worked on Wall Street as a market maker, economic analyst. I write code. I do tech. So I got a pretty good background in a bunch of things. So hopefully, but I sure as hell don't know everything. That is fucking for sure. That is for sure. So I expect to learn from everybody that pops in and hangs out. As a matter of fact, I always envision like a lot of the content that we do may actually come from the suggestions from people. We'll punch up a name like Stefan Burns, me too. Zara, what's up? 777? Are you in bed, Zara? Lying back, kicking back with a hot cocoa or perhaps a glass of red wine? Dangerous. Hi. How are ya? How you doing? Yep. Oh, you got the. I'm gonna assume that's a yep to the red wine. You know what? Red wine does allow for a nice sleep, right? Not too much. You don't really need too much. You don't need too much. You don't want to drink too much. Right? Moonstar! Hi, good. Welcome, Moonstar. Hope you're having a good final few days of 2025. You know, I did mention earlier, I'm going to start, this is really, I'm going to start doing some gaming streaming. I used to play a little. I used to play a lot. I have an addictive personality, so I need to. So I'm like going back into. But I'm So I'm going to start doing some video streams as well on top of doing the live things, doing some videos and everything. And I'm not. There's only a few video games that I'm not really like. It's only a certain. If any of you guys play video games, it's like a certain game will just grab me and I'm hooked. But I think World of Warcraft did that to a lot of people. Age of Empires did that to me too. So I look familiar. Who do I look like? I've been told I look a little bit like a younger Chuck Norris. When I had longer hair, people used to think I looked like Bon Jovi. I don't know about that. I think I look like me. I am Danny Alex. I should have my name somewhere. Danny Alex. Danny Alex. That's my name. I should put my name somewhere. You look. I look like someone I know. Someone you know. I just realized who it is. Okay. All right. That's cool. Is he an attractive? Is he attractive man? One of the weirdest things, guys, you probably know this. Two of the weirdest things is hearing your voice, right? Have you ever heard your voice? You hear it for the first time and you like run away like a scared dog. You're disgusted by it. It's like getting a mouthful of salt the first time you hear your own voice. Now, so I used to be a musician, so I DJ for a couple of years, talking into the microphone and singing. So you kind of get used to it eventually merges. What you hear on the one side is the same thing you hear, but you hear something different because your brain vibrates when you speak, your head vibrates, and of course the sound goes out when it comes back. So you have an entirely different resonance. But it's the vibration of your head when you speak that gives a different resonance. And then, of course, the first time you see yourself, not so much a picture, on video, you're like, I look like that? I make those faces? I make those expressions? Yes. Yes. Do you guys know what I mean? Because we all have phones now. We all take video. And of course, we're all sort of, we look at ourselves, we go, it's not that we want to look at ourselves, but it's like we are absolutely confused by seeing ourselves and how we might interact or come across to the rest of the world. It is an incredibly interesting psychological, it is science in itself. It really is science. Laugh out loud, it's not pretty. Zara, he has a prominent voice for sure. I like your face. So, what are my interests? What if this is dating? Is it like, hey, online dating. There's an app. Hey, visual, little third party, you get the camera that's at at the table, and people have to date at the table. That'd be kind of no. I'm celibate. Oh, me too, baby. long time. Well, so I mean, dementia. Again, why am I not seeing the other chats? I don't know. You're not seeing Zara's chats? Zara says, I'm doing a spiritual experiment for a year and 3 months. 15 months then, I guess, right? Pamela, I don't know. That's really weird. I don't. Pam, I really don't know what that is. So if you're doing a spiritual experiment for 15 months, then I assume that it is a celibacy by choice. Yeah, there's a hey, look, I mean, psychology is science just as much as anything else is. If it's psychology by choice, but here's the thing. I'll speak on behalf of every guy in the audience, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly. It's blurry. My finger's blurry. So with guys, we spend what is it? Oh, get back in. Get back in. Anyway, did that do it? Yeah, it'll come back into focus. With guys, so the thing about guys is, so from about the time that we are as men and boys, from the time we are like 12, and I think it's earlier now, we are a slave to our little wiener. We cannot stop thinking about sex from the time we're 12 to the time we're late 30s, 40s, call it 40, early 40s. Everyone's different. And then right around that time, our biology allows us to settle down. And all of a sudden, we go from thinking about sex almost every two to 5 minutes to every hour to every 3 hours. It moderates. We all of a sudden get this peace. As men, we finally get at this little bit of peace. right when women, right around 40, right when women all of a sudden get biology dictates to women that it's time for them to have their libido propped up. Right when the guys start, we finally find some peace, and you guys all of a sudden decide that, oh no, this is, it's I don't know. It's an interesting dynamic. Biology, the whole idea of biology, and I was watching a video where there's an Australian beetle. The male beetle flies. The male beetle flies, and the female beetle is on the ground. And so, when in some of these in the outback, some of these bars and taverns, these guys go outside and they're drinking their ales, and it's like that sort of that gold, that gold sort of brownie color of bottle. So they'll take it and they'll throw it, and these beetles think that these bottles are female, and these bugs are pretty big. They're like 2-3 inches long, but they think these bottles are females. And so what we learned from that is that their idea of a female bug, it's not a very detailed picture in their mind, right? They see something that kind of resembles that same shape, and they go after it. And so you'll see these bottles with I forgot the kind of beetle what the name of the beetle. It's an Australian beetle, and it is absolutely fascinating. But they know just enough to be confused by a beer bottle, and just enough to be able to find their female counterparts as they fly over top. So it doesn't matter what the female dresses up like or how good the female beetle looks that day. The male beetle flying around ain't going to find out. It doesn't care. I mean, it just wants to, get the job done and then fly off and do whatever it does after that. But Pamela, you still not seeing anything? Oh, bye, Pamela. Have yourself a good evening. Good evening. Sleep well. Yes, I'm still going to masturbate until the last 9 months, then no masturbate. Well, no masturbation. That's, you're a tough lady. Tough lady. From 12 to never. I don't know about that. That's BS about the woman thing. Is it? I know women right around 40. They just go boom, late 30s. Chuck Norris, Link. Yeah, no, I get Chuck Norris. A younger Chuck Norris. I was a kickboxer. I was a kickboxer for 8 years. It's in my wheelhouse. Zara rings the bell. Ding, 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 ding. Yep. So 3-Eye Atlas. I'm going to get to the 3-Eye Atlas bit. 3-Eye Atlas is... where is it? There it is. Perigee. 3-Eye Atlas. Do I got it? There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do one of these. You thought that 3-Eye Atlas was kind of December 19th, when it hit the perigee and became close enough where you thought maybe, okay, this alien thing is done. No more aliens. It's over. No Cylons came out. Nothing happened. There is what's Jason Wright. There's a one of the head astronomers at SETI, Jason Wright, who absolutely lambastes. The best comment I heard about Avi Loeb is he's not a planetary scientist, and he knows very little about planetary science. He knows very little about it. So Jason Wright is an astronomer that I think puts him. John Puck Forrest. Puck Forrest. Oh, geez. John. I thought SETI was done. No, SETI, hell no. So he is probably one of the harshest critics of Avi Loeb. Next to me, I think I'm pretty harsh. But Anyway, but on Friday, December 19th, the interstellar comet 3I Atlas reached its perigee, closest approach to Earth. This event marked let me move this over here a little bit. This event marked the final major milestone of its journey through our inner solar system before it heads toward deep space, which is actually not true. The next one, and this is where all of the new hubbub is coming from, and it is even more ferocious than it was before. The clickbait stuff on YouTube is crazy. So on March 16th, yes, he pushes pseudoscience. I see that, Buddha. Yeah, I know. Let me post that up. Viva la aliens. Yeah. Oh yeah. I am very much a Spock kind of guy. I don't believe that aliens are visiting us. I do believe in intelligent life, maybe not in our galaxy, but there's 2 trillion galaxies. If there's just like, let's say, one intelligent life form in the Milky Way out of 400 billion stars, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's a very low percentage. But if there's 2 trillion galaxies, there's 2 trillion intelligent life forms, if only one exists per galaxy. Now, you can say, if the universe is infinite and that a Big Bang basically just occurs in a centralized area of space within a infinite space or infinite space-time configuration, there would be an infinite number of human species populated throughout an infinite universe. If it happens once, it will happen an infinite number of times, which means life would be infinite as well. It might be spaced out, well spaced out. And it could be that the universe, that the laws that govern the universe, it looks like it is true that the laws that govern the universe ensure that intelligent life has no chance of meeting each other. Unless by an absolute, like I wouldn't even know what the astronomical chance of something like that would be. But it looks like that's the way the universe has set things up. That intelligent life is constructed in a way. 4.3 light years to Proxima Centauri, the closest star. I'm going to play right after this. I'm going to play a video of the Andromeda Galaxy. This came out a few years ago, but the most in-depth image of the Andromeda, have you seen it? This is shocking. This video is shocking. I'm going to play it after this. Distance, as its closest, it was 268.9 million kilometers, approximately 168 million miles from Earth. This is nearly twice the distance between Earth and the Sun, meaning it posed no threat of collision. One astronomical unit is 98 million miles. So basically, it's almost two AUs, astronomical units, almost 2. 1.8, I guess it is. Speed during the flyby, the object was traveling at a velocity of 240,000 kilometers, or almost 150,000 miles per hour. That's fast. A mere fraction of the speed of light, which of course, speed of light goes 168,000 miles per second. 3I Atlas was not visible to the naked eye. Even at perigee, it required a telescope with an aperture of at least 8 to 12 inches to be seen as a faint, fuzzy patch of light. Scientific significance and observations. Interstellar origin. 3I Atlas is the third interstellar object to visit our solar system, following 1I Oumuamua and 2I Borisov. And of course, we remember Oumuamua, Avi Loeb, the pseudoscience. I try to think of it. There's another word that's on the tip of my tongue. I can't. Guy, but he's got tenure at Harvard, so he's okay. He's got tenure. Iran says it launched 3 satellites to space on a Russian rocket. Iran launched 3 satellites. Damn, Iran? Strange features. Observations around the time of perigee confirmed a rare anti-tail. And it's not that rare. I did a segment on every comet, and there's an entire list of them, 2022 comets. It's not the full list either, that have an anti-tail. And basically an anti-tail is when, as it goes around the sun, you've got the heating on its surface that obviously with the ice inside it heats up, it melts, it explodes, cryo explosions, everything like that. The heavier particles, so the solar wind is pretty small particles. The dust that comes off, that is larger particles, that is not affected, that is affected by the solar wind differently, right? So if you have larger particles, just like a larger particle is going to float on a glass of water, right? Oil floats on water because it's a larger particle. Same thing in this case. So you have two different tails. The other tail is because of the heavier particles that when you go around and the reflection of the light, you get a second tail. It's about as mysterious as the morning sunrise. How's that for a metaphor? Well, not bad, not bad. So a jet of material appearing to point towards the sun rather than away from it. We're right there. Scientists also noted non-gravitational acceleration, which most astronomers attribute to the outgassing of icy material as the comet sublimates. And apparently, 3I Atlas was big enough to have some cryovolcanoes. They probably weren't huge, but they were, 1 or 2 mile volcano on a 20 mile comet is significant, right? Major instruments, including the Hubble Space Telescope, James Webb Space Telescope, and ESA's JUICE spacecraft, tracked the object to collect data on its composition and origin. Where is it now? Following December 19th, Perigee, which was an absolutely non-event, my friends. 3I Atlas is now moving away from Earth and exiting the solar system, but they do forget to mention it is coming close to Jupiter, right? Very close to Jupiter. And basically it's coming within that hill gravitational field, right? Where things are its sphere of influence that it catches things, or I forgot what is the, let me get the exact definition. If you're a science entertainment channel, at least you can get the Jupiter. The Hill gravity field, more commonly known as the Hill sphere or sphere of influence around Jupiter, is the region of space where Jupiter's gravity is the dominant force on orbiting objects, overriding the sun's gravity. The approximate radius of Jupiter's, wow, I didn't know it was this big. The approximate radius of Jupiter's Hill sphere is 53 million kilometers. We're about 32, 33 million miles? Or about 0.34 AUs, astronomical units. I could probably share this tab. A characteristic of Jupiter's Hill sphere, gravitational dominance. So Jupiter, if you combine all the planets together, Jupiter would still have twice the mass of all the other planets combined. And of course, our sun has 98.6% of all the mass in our solar system, I believe. 98.6%. The sun wins, right? Yeah. Within this boundary, Jupiter's gravitational pull is stronger than the sun's tidal forces, allowing the planet to retain its large system of natural satellites, aka moons, and even potentially capture new slow-moving objects. Jupiter's Hill sphere is the second largest in the solar system after Neptune's. I didn't know that. Which has a Hill sphere. Oh, but I guess it's so much farther out, right? Neptune is it's way out there. So it's not going to have as much of an effect on the sun's gravity. Has a Neptune's hill sphere is about 115 million kilometers, or about I'm going to say 70 million miles, right? 70 million, 71 million, I think. I just doing it in my head. You can correct me if someone's got a calculator. Jupiter's large mass contributes to the vast sphere, although its proximity to the sun compared to the outer giants limits its relative size. The hill sphere is not a hard boundary, physical boundary, but rather a theoretical limit derived from the restricted three-body problem in physics. Objects slightly beyond this radius would typically be pulled away by the sun's gravity unless they are in a specific stable Lagrange point, L1, L2. So a Lagrange point is basically a point of orbit around a spherical object in the universe, which are located at the edge of the hill sphere. A lot of our satellites will circle the Earth at a Lagrange point. Mission planning. Understanding the hill sphere is crucial for space mission planning. As well, yeah. If you're going to send like Juno, right? Juno right now is circling. I mean, you got to think of the gravitational forces with the moons. Although, if you were the Juno spacecraft and you would die within seconds from the radiation from Jupiter. There's so much radiation coming from Jupiter. I mean, it's a tough little spacecraft. It really is. For example, the upcoming NASA Europa Clipper mission must navigate within Jupiter's gravitational influence to study its moons. And you guys got to, I mean, the crazy thing is this thing is some 300, depending on where it is in the orbit, 300 million miles away, 350 million miles away, I believe it is. And they send this little craft to absolute precision, where it goes around all these wide orbits, and it goes close to moons, and it's not like someone's there driving. This is, I mean, the math is absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. The math, you just think of the math. And now going out to Jupiter, it is going to take at least an hour for the messages to get to Jupiter. So you got to plan ahead before you got to send that, if you need a course correction, you got to tell the thrusters on the Juno probe to make those course corrections, because it's going to take at least an hour to make those changes. It's really, the math and the physics is mind-blowing. So it's totally mind-blowing. So and so, okay, well, I think I confused myself. There we go. Yeah. So that is, oh, we got some, let me take that off. So on March 16th, let me show you the chatter. Let me show you the chatter on YouTube. These people will not stop because it's all clickbait, right? It's all clickbait. I'm drinking out of the Grinch cup until January 1st. January 2nd, the Grinch cup is gone. Gone. Do I have it pulled up? I think I do. Share screen. I do, yeah. So I did, yeah, right before I went on, I did a little search. Let me put that on screen. What can I do here? I can make that bigger. Can I do that? Make that bigger? Bear with me as I try and, there we go. So if we, so if you take a look at some of this stuff, this is only from today, the most recent stuff. So you would think that after everything is said and done, it hits the perigee, December 19th, the closest trajectory to Earth. All the talk. I mean, everything is explained by, even first-year planetary science students can explain everything, except Avi Loeb. Avi Loeb is just, did we talk about the Avi Loeb Netflix deal? We didn't. We yeah. We did. Congratulations to Avi Loeb for an undisclosed amount of money for his Netflix deal, which is why he's always smiling. In every interview you see, he's smiling. If I got, I don't know how many millions, I'm guessing, I'd be smiling. Damn rights, I'd be smiling. But this is, what do we got? 3i Atlas. 3i Atlas is changing, even though it shouldn't. New Hubble photos. The angry astronaut. This dude's okay. This dude's he's okay. Christina Gomez. 3i Atlas just broke all expectations. It just did 5 hours ago, my friends. If you see by the picture, it has it's got a laser in the front. You see that? It's shooting a laser. Every time I scroll over it, but it's got it's like some sort of a cannon. It's part rock, and it's got green and fuck off, please. New image of 3i Atlas raised even more questions. 1 day ago, even more questions. I thought we had a bunch answered, but I guess there's more questions. This is 3i Atlas, huge update. New images flipped. It's a news alert. News alert. This is CNN. Images compared. Huge. Oh, God. I mean, she's pumping out 13 hours ago, 1 day ago. I mean, she's scared. 3i Atlas, huge update. It's hiding. Guys. 3i Atlas is hiding. It's hiding. Where, oh, where has 3i Atlas gone? Oh, where has it gone? I'm sorry, I won't sing again. 3i Atlas update. New NASA data shows another bizarre change in its course. Chicago Live. Is that, what is that? Megatrends. So this is 1 minute ago. 3i Atlas just collided with a mysterious fuck. And it's got AI Brian Cox. 1 minute ago, 3i Atlas just collided with a mysterious object. It was probably Marvin the Martian coming back home from work, because he works at Jupiter and he flies all the way back to Mars. Maybe Marvin the Martian kind of got in the way. I don't know. Michio Kaku, one of the most abused faces. This is all AI. You see him talking there? That is all AI. 3i Atlas just opened a rift near Jupiter. Oh, a rift is like Event Horizon, and it's expanding. So I think there should be a comma, because it says it's expanding Michio Kaku, as in like Michio Kaku is being expanded. You even put a dash in there, and it's expanding dash. They probably ran out of characters, so that's about it. Yeah. Quantum 3i. That's but you see what I mean. An object far scarier than 3i Atlas is currently racing towards Earth. I thought there was a joke in there somewhere. I'm sure there was, and I couldn't think of anything. A real comedian would have thought of something right away. Easily. New 3i Atlas image lands as January's meteor shower. Who is that? Space Unfiltered? I think they might be a... Cosmo Whisper. 3i Atlas just rotated. Something fired from the dark side. The dark side of 3i Atlas. Excuse me. But you see, look at that. There's a nice picture, right? Look at that picture. That's three. It's got a little 3i Atlas and an arrow. So what I take from that is that is 3i Atlas, right? Wait. What? No. Oh, geez. Live TV. It's not for the faint at heart. You know what? If you ever do a live show, if any of you ever go on there and decide, sometimes you might think, it looks easy. until you have to do one, right? And then you're kind of like, shit, shit, shit. Beyond the headlines, why is Three Eye Atlas unseen by mainstream media? Because it's just YouTube clickbait, I guess. I don't know. I guess. Got another Michio Kaku. He's always surprised, and that is AI Michio Kaku. Oh, he is just abused on YouTube. Comet 3i Atlas tail grows as it's more further from the sun. World News Report today. So anyway, you get the idea, right? Look at there. There's a double boom boom of Michio. I mean, he is just... NASA didn't see this coming. 3i Atlas just changed everything 10 hours ago. 1 hour ago, a perfect geometric pattern just appeared near 3i Atlas. We call this 3i pattern Michio Kaku. Michio Kaku. He is out there with Marvin. Oh, he's got 3 in a row. Oh, poor Michio. Hey, 3 in a row. Look at that. He's got the face that sells YouTube clicks. I can't do it, guys. I can't. I can't. I would rather build a YouTube channel, just, the slow, long, arduous. There's another one, right? Another one. It's endless. And Joe Rogan sometimes is a very popular with thumbnails. I don't want to wake up one day and have that. But anyway, there you go. That is the. Yeah. That is 3i Atlas. I mean, guys, it's not gonna. It's going. It's yeah. I'm gonna. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, my friends. Please, safe and Happy New Year. The new Duncan the Tall, right? Duncan the Tall on HBO. That might be pretty good. What's that? January 20th? January 20th, Duncan the Tall. If I love GOT, I really did. Game of Thrones. I'm a fantasy guy. I grew up on Dungeons and Dragons. I haven't played the newer stuff, just the older stuff. Because I'm a collector, big collector. And I mean, there's going to be some interesting movies next year. Doomsday. I think Doomsday is doomed. From my 20 years in Los Angeles, being a screenwriter, being and all that, a business person. But I think it doesn't take much if you're going to have a $750 million plus budget, and you add marketing. You're going to need a $1.5 to $2 billion box office haul.
Behave, baby.
Well, I am behaving, man. That is. I don't even think Fire and Ash, the way it looks like, is going to achieve a $5 or a $2 billion haul. Doomsday. The way I look at Doomsday, because that's coming out. Supergirl. I mean, Supergirl looks. I actually don't. I think I like Millie Hilcock. Millie Hilcock. Why can't Hey, when you go live on YouTube, you lose about 10 to 15 IQ points. And Millie Hilcock. Millie Hilcock. Yeah, Millie. I call her Millie. It doesn't look like a great story. And I've always said, if I was a screenwriter writing a Superman, every Superman movie's lost money except the very first one. All of them. Superman is a flawed character. Superman's a flawed character because two things will always happen with Superman. I even joked about the Superman 2025 James Gunn. I was joking, like, what are they going to do, a clone? They always got to do something. It's always the same thing. What are they going to do, a clone? What did they do? A freaking clone. He looked like Anakin Skywalker to boot, right? Like, right? Jeez. It was literally Superman versus Anakin Skywalker. He just should have pulled the lightsaber, boom, boom, boom. And Kryptonite. Kryptonite's the other thing. It's predictable. So You know, when Lex Luthor took him down into the other planetary dungeon, you knew that, okay, he's going to pull out. Where's the kryptonite? Where's it coming from? Oh, Element Man. Oh, look at that kryptonite. That's a surprise. I didn't see that coming. Oh, fuck yeah, you did. Right? I mean, that's the problem with Superman. It's a flawed character. So if you're writing a character and his only flaw is kryptonite, and you have to have someone from his planet or his genetic makeup or some sort of derivative of his cells because he is indestructible, you have a flawed character. It's hard to create tension. It's hard to create suspense. They try to make it so that Superman could be suffocated, right? You put stuff in. I don't think Superman can be suffocated because you can burn him. You can roll him over with a 550 billion ton steamroller. You're not going to kill him. Nor do I think you're going to shove stuff down his throat and suffocate him. I don't think, no. No. I know James Gunn tried to create some weakness. I didn't buy into that. And then he tried to, the sunshine. So if you're a bad guy, so he made the idea that sunshine was really his, and that's what it is. But then everyone who was a criminal should go into the dark side if he's that affected with sunshine, right? Because he gets his powers from the yellow light. But apparently it obviously lasts for a long time. It stores in his batteries or something inside. But anyway, I'm not. Yeah, that's. I'm getting. I want to show you guys Andromeda. Can I show you guys Andromeda? Yeah, you guys are going to be amazed by this. Let me. Yeah. Jeez, I drank all my wine. No more. Just 2/3. Thank you. Thank you very much. Great studio audience, guys. We had a great studio audience. There's comments here. Where did we stop in the comments? Where is Zara? Oh yeah. Buddha Toes. He pushes this. He, as in Avi Loeb, pushes pseudoscience for money. Every time there's a new object, he says it's aliens. Yes, he does. And now he got that wonderful Netflix deal. Maybe not in our time zone in a sense. I'm not sure what that was. We're going back because these are a few chats that are a little bit older. Our technology is too primitive. They would have to be from the future in a future time zone, simultaneously communicating with us, which is in a sense the past. Oh yeah, that was half hour ago. Yeah. But who knows? Zara, yeah. Easy. Yo, didn't I go to rehab with you? Good chance. Yeah, it's a good chance. Which one? Which time? For which substance? I quit drugs when I was 21 years old. Easy. Easy. My brother's a major in the Air Force. He would know, but would never tell me. Well, okay. Well, maybe. Yeah. Well. And thank your brother for serving in the finest that's another thing that drove me crazy about frickin' Stranger Things. They're killing U.S. soldiers like they're the stupidest people on the planet. Do you guys see that? Anyone that saw Stranger Things, these U.S. Special Forces Marines at this base, you got what's her name, Nancy, that pops out of the thing, and why are they shooting the U.S. soldiers that are there just protecting? It's not like they're on Vecna's side. Dear God, are you freaking crazy? Special Forces guys, they're just, oh my God. And there's some Hopper guy who's been out of, Stranger Things is season 8 of GOT. Freaking garbage. Zara, I subbed. Oh, let me the holy with Zara. I love you. I won't say that to the guys. To the guys, we'll do a fist bump. Hey, right on. Fucking right on. Fucking right on. Comment. Oh, wait. Where were we? If it got close enough to Jupiter, would it even survive? That's a good question. I don't think I don't. That's a good question. Well, you know what? No, because if it got too close to Jupiter, this would be interesting, Zara. If 3i Atlas got too close to Jupiter, it would, in essence, be pulled in, right? Just like remember the what was that comet? How many years ago that got pulled in? It was absolutely amazing, right? It got broken up, and then Jupiter, such powerful gravity, it pulls it in. And it was like that 10 or 12 pieces that hit the gaseous surface of Jupiter. But if it got too close, yeah, Jupiter's gravity would pull it in. But the trajectory it's on looks like it's not going to. Easy says, oh, followed by a wow. What you drinking? Red wine. This is a casual week. Like, don't expect, we're not doing anything too heavy this week here on Dimension Zero. I mean, quite honestly, I like the banter between myself and you guys. Questions about science. Someone brings up a name that I'm not overly familiar with. I'll punch it up and we'll talk about whatever that name is or whatever the concept is or the theory of physics, biology, chemistry, movie, whatever movie it is. Conversation is, I think when we are, and I know because there are live streams that I watch and listen to. A lot of times I will put it on in the background, right? Because I like the banter. Now, these are live streams that have multiple people on them. And granted, it's harder to find science people, but I'm trying. I'm trying to find some people who understand, no show business and science. It's a hard endeavor. But yeah, it's so in Dimension Zero, it's kind of like a little bit of this and a little bit of, let's learn some stuff, talk about some stuff. People got stuff to say. If you don't agree with me, I love to hear the competing arguments. Debate is awesome. So yeah, what I'm going to do, guys, you got to see this. This is absolutely mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. If you haven't, you want to watch, if you are in the studio audience, you definitely want to watch this. Hold on. Okay, let me set this up here. I may have to... Whoa. How come I can't see it? What the hell? Oh, there we go. Okay. So, okay, let me... Oh, geez. Don't be difficult. So this is... You know what? I'm going to put it on the full screen because this is really where this is going to blow your mind if you haven't seen this. This is the Andromeda Galaxy. If you don't know the Andromeda Galaxy, it is about 2.5 million light years from Earth, from our galaxy. It is about twice the size, just over twice the size of the Milky Way. Now, the Milky Way is actually a pretty big galaxy. 120,000 light years across, 400 billion stars. They're not really sure how many. I've heard 200 billion. I always say 400 billion. I love the big numbers. Andromeda has 1 trillion stars and is coming our way. In about 4 or 5 billion years, we will become Milkomeda. We're going to merge with Andromeda. This is a picture, such a high detail, high pixel picture. And when you see this picture, remember, now it is a 2D picture and the stars are obviously in a 3-dimensional array behind this 2-dimensional picture. But between each little dot, if you think the closest star to us is 4.3 light years away, or stars, because it has multiple star system. And then you have all these other stars that are 6 light years away, 7 light years away, 8 light years away. So so out of all these little tiny dots everywhere, there is light years between them, light years. So that's about a fifth of the Andromeda Galaxy. Look at this. It's only, the show is just beginning, my friends. Look at this. This is insane. This is blowing your mind. Each one of those is a star. Each one is a star. And between each little flicker of light is multiple light years. Anywhere from 4 to 20 light years between each little dot. Light years. One light year is 6 trillion miles. So there's 30 to 50 trillion miles between each star. The universe is insane. It doesn't stop. Look at and this is only a sixth of the Andromeda Galaxy. It doesn't stop. Look at it. This is what 1 trillion looks like. Every little dot is a star. And again, if you're just popping on, this is the Andromeda Galaxy. Now you see it's brighter. We're getting to the core of the Andromeda Galaxy. And again, each little dot is separated by light years between each little dot. It doesn't look like it, but there are light years. Guys, I mean, the universe is amazing. It's just amazing. I think we're starting to pull out. Man, that is just shocking. I do love the music too. I chose the music. It's my music selection. It's what I really love. It's a great song for background music for space and astronomy. That is, there you go. Yep, that's. I've seen that. Yep. Cheer away, my friends. Cheer away. Stand and cheer, my friends. That is, when I was a little kid, my dad bought me a telescope. I don't even remember how old I was, 8 years old. And it was the first thing I looked at, 10 years old. The first thing I looked at, I pointed up to Saturn. And of course, all of a sudden I see this planet, and then you see the ring. You actually see the rings in the viewfinder. I remember pointing it to the Pleiades cluster in the Orion constellation. I mean, it really, I remember trying to look at Betelgeuse. You can see it's red. You don't see anything. I saw no explosions, obviously. Do you know that there's they found a secret star that is actually circling Betelgeuse? It has a companion star. They found I think about a year ago or something, like 2 years ago. Not even, I think maybe a year ago, they found a companion star around Betelgeuse. So when it explodes, goes supernova. It's a big star. I think it's a blue super, not a super, but I think it's like 5 or 6 times the mass of our sun. It's no slouch. This star is no slouch. and it's around Betelgeuse, and they just found it. But it's the wonder if you have kids and you buy them a telescope. I was also at a time when Cosmos came out in 1980. It was September 23rd, September 23rd to December 21st, every Sunday. Carl Sagan was on with Cosmos. So I had, I mean, if you're in my generation, you had and of course you had Star Wars, you had Star Trek, you had Close Encounters, you had E.T., you had all the endless star movies. Science fiction has always been a propellant for science fact. Astrophysicists, physicists, astronomers, cosmologists, biologists, chemists have been excited, motivated, inspired by science fiction, which is one of the most concerning things about modern day science fiction. Star Wars is not what it used to be. Star Trek is not what when they're making Star Trek musicals, Star Trek is not what it used to be. We need science fiction, real science fiction. I'm a science fiction screenwriter. I mean, that's a lot of what I've written as a screenwriter has been science fiction, fantasy, and horror. Pop culture and fantasy is a catalyst for people to get into the STEMs, to be inspired by the idea of science. And I always say it, science is the only superpower. Science is the only superpower we have. It's all we have as a superpower. Science has found ways to communicate across planets. We can send messages to our probes billions of miles away. We still communicate with Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, billions and billions of miles away. Remember the old days of, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Those are gone, right? Those are gone. We take for granted that we have a computer so powerful in our hands, we take it for granted. We just take our cell phones. We take it for granted. It's just a thing. Where's my phone? Even people that live, below the average means, they still have one of the most powerful computers in their back pockets called their cell phone. And I don't think people realize the resource it is. You have a resource to an Encyclopedia Britannica in seconds. People don't realize back in the day, if you guys are any of you guys old enough to remember when you had to find something before like the internet, you'd have to go to the library, try and ask somebody. Maybe, hopefully, your parents had a Encyclopedia Britannica, so you would go through and pick the right one, and hopefully Encyclopedia Britannica got it right. It's a very different world. It's a very science, guys. The wheel is arguably science. She blinded me with science. Did you guys know I was going to say that? Some of you might have been like in the back of your head thinking, oh my God, he said it. He sung it. I do. Look, I want people to have fun in the chat. So, and every star is a sun. Well, yes, every star is a sun. Now, most stars are red dwarfs, right? Main sequence stars such as our sun. Did I get pushed away from my desk? Why do I feel like I'm... main sequence stars like our sun, yellow stars, are not as prevalent as red dwarves. Red dwarves are everywhere, and they last for 1 trillion years, those mothers. They last for, some of them longer, right? It depends size, how much they're burning, but they're very volatile. Very volatile. So any planets around a red dwarf are probably not inhabitable. They've been seared. They've been seared to death. 77 retro, a sploosh in mind. A sploosh in mind. I gotta be careful. Some of these people are getting pretty shit. Can it beat Chuck Norris though? Well, you know, Mark, on Wednesday. Oh, so Wednesday is New Year's Eve. I don't think I'm gonna do a show on New Year's Eve. I don't think so. Haven't decided, but I don't think it's a night that is conducive. I don't know. Some people stay at home, so some people said do it. I don't know. Wednesdays is Chuck Norris Day here on Dimension Zero. Wednesday, Chuck Norris Day. We do 12 of how tough is Chuck Norris memes. How tough is Chuck Norris? Every Wednesday. We got enough content to last us all of 2026 on those mofos. No, it can't be Chuck Norris. No. Did you hear? Okay, so one of the ones I say once in a while is like, you know, so you hear about God, right? He rested on the seventh day. Yeah. Because that's when Chuck Norris took over, right? That's when Chuck. Where's my laughs? What's my laughs? That's when Chuck Norris took over when the seventh day. He said, "I'll take it from you. Sit down, rest. I got it from you. I got this. Sit down. Watch some football," Chuck Norris told God. It's Sunday. Well done, splooshing all over the universe. Thank you, 77. Hey, look. I'm out of wine. My wine is like 12 feet that way. I can't carry the whole, desk configuration. I'm like, I've had it. I've had enough. I'm good. Drink your water every day, kids. Robin Williams and Chuck Norris had a baby. Ictria Letdella 2. He can edit Chuck out of Norris. No, you can't do that. You can't not edit Chuck out of Norris. Not even possible, can you? 77 Retro. Welcome to the chat. 12 big steps. Better sit it out, says 77. Welcome to the channel, brah. 77 Retro LP. Was that your birth year, 77? I'm guessing. 1977? 48 years of age? Am I correct on that assumption? Young man? What did I think was there was some space news. Is there anything else I want to hit before we call it a shoe? It's a very big shoe. What is this one? Why do I have that on today's show? Does physics free will, does physics say that free will doesn't exist? At first glance, it seems like our understanding of physics forbids free will. That is actually true. It's called determinism, right? Determinism. You are currently making a conscious, willful decision. Geez. I know this one is this. Yeah. Well, God. So there are three aspects of them. Yeah. Best sci-fi. So that is there. What else is young and promising? 77 years old. Young and promising. 77. Thumbs up. Oh no, thumbs up. 77. 1977. Give me the thumbs up. All right, gotcha. I hear what you're throwing down. I hear it. I have, so I have these little things written down, like before the content, just for chit chat and creating conversation. We like to talk about entertainment and we like to talk about science fact as entertainment. Ricky, I'm Danny. Who is Ricky? Yeah, boy. Hello, welcome to the chat. Welcome to Dimension zero. So I'd like to have these, conversation is a human is a human. We like conversation. We like banter when it becomes something that we find to be of value. Like, we don't like just stupid banter talking about stupid things. Real banter, talking about real stuff about our lives, real stuff maybe about science, news. Excuse me, as a hiccup. I have entropy written down, and entropy is a much larger subject, right? It's a much larger subject. The idea that entropy ensures that their immortality is absolutely ruled out. Entropy ensures that complexity in all of its forms will be erased. The only place where entropy doesn't exist is in heaven, which is, obviously the laws of thermodynamics cannot be broken in our universe. I am not one who is religious. I'm not one. And, but there's a larger conversation to entropy. And there's actually a video that I did, and I think it needs to be wrapped up with that to really get, entropy is heavy. This is New Year's week. We should be talking more Superman and Supergirl, right? Doomsday. Doomsday is doomed. I say, user. Oh, here he is. Zero dimension is singularity. Well, that could be true. Entropy means energy seeking balance. According to law of polarity, everything has its poles. When energy between these poles is imbalanced, it rushes and creates chaos out of order and imbalances. Well, entropy is the law of thermodynamics that states everything is moving to disorder, right? Unless you are talking a different entropy, my friend user. D-backs. What brand of vacuum do I have? Shit. I got it right. I have a Dirt Devil, a bigger one, but I also have, what brand is that? Oh, Eureka. I got a handheld Eureka. Hey, look. It's an innocent question. You want to know? You want to know what kind of vacuum cleaner I have? A Eureka. A Eureka. I also have, oh, I should put that up there. Yeah, so people know. I also have, I bought this off of, right? I also have a handheld vacuum, which is absolutely amazing. I got it off of Temu. A handheld vacuum. It is absolutely amazing. So for little stuff, you're trimming the beard, stuff like that. The bathroom, it's got these little attachments. Powerful too. It's freaking awesome. Totally awesome. Is that okay, Eureka? D-back? Hopefully it's okay. I hope he approves. When it rushes, same as radiated into background radiation, and when it rushes, some is radiated into the background radiation and some is absorbed back. When disorder gets out of control, it rushes in equilibrium. The process, it's called entropy. Entropy is the motion. Well, it's entropy. Let me pull up. Where's my share? How come I don't have a share thing on it? Oh, because I got it. Okay, so no. We want this. There we go. So, but that isn't the there we go. So, entropy, thermodynamics, energy and disorder. The second law of thermodynamics is in an isolated system, entropy never decreases over time. Systems naturally move from order to disorder. Entropy is a state of maximum disorder. Increasing entropy is so our solar system and our galaxy and all that is a state of order. It's a complexity. All of it is being ultimately broken down to a state of disorder. Eventually, our universe, or at least our part of the universe, will be in a state of 100% disorder, zero complexity, nothing left in terms of energy or energy within the system. Entropy ensures the number of possible microscopic configurations, microstates, a system can have. The more ways a system's particles can be arranged without changing its overall appearance, the higher its entropy. Phase changes. Ice solid has low entropy because its molecules are locked in a rigid lattice. When it melts into water, liquid, entropy increases because the molecules can now move more freely. And if it went into a gas, it would even increase the entropy because obviously in a gaseous form, it can even move more freely. But anyway, that is entropy in its form. Thank you. Well, user, hey, the user, it's good to have you back. Good to see you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, geez. I got to change this. I got to remember to, there we go. Got to remember to do that if I'm doing something like that. Yeah, so that is, I did, yeah. Have you guys seen Stranger Things? I know I talked about it earlier. Have you seen Stranger Things? Guys, I mean, there is oh my God, so bad, so bad. I really loved the first season of Stranger Things. The writing was good. It was mysterious. You had, as a screenwriter myself, you're always trying to, even in the television series that I write, you write the second season, you've got to keep that mystery. So now everyone knows the characters. You have to introduce new characters, new mystery. But oh my God. And then the big reveal, right? The big reveal, episode 7. What's his name? I got, there's so many characters in Stranger Things that you don't even know which. Yeah, Will Byers. He's doing this big speech at the end of episode 7, and you kind of think it's something big with Vecna. There's a big reveal, and of course, the big reveal is, I don't like girls. I don't like girls. That was the best idea, the screenwriters at Stranger Things. Let us leave episode 7. We'll leave it as I don't like girls. Unbelievable. If I was the studio head and I got that, I'd be like, what the fuck is this? I never take my glasses off very often. Anyway. It's not, look, no one cares about someone's sexuality. They don't. And it has nothing to do with the story, because in the last, they've infused 3 same-sex relationships in one season. Who cares? I don't care. You want love who you want. I don't care. Just because you talk about it doesn't mean you're homophobic. I mean, is someone gay? Are they heterophobic? Are you heterophobic? Are you scared to see a man? No. So we don't need to accuse anyone of this. It's just good story writing or bad story writing. The big reveal, right? Yeah, we don't, like, come on, guys. Stick to just good storytelling, not the, right? This is season 5, Stranger Things is their GOT season 8. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. We will have after, so the finale is on New Year's Eve. We'll talk more about Stranger Things. I have a couple of friends that are gay. I only spoke to one of them, but even he thought it was absolutely stupid. Absolutely stupid. And the problem is, and his point was, he makes it look like being in a same-sex relationship, or the idea is like such a traumatic, overbearing thing now. It's not. They made it such a, I'm coming out of the closet, I'm gay. It's just not like that anymore. It just isn't. They make a, okay, fuck, I know. Easy. Yeah, I see your comments. God, I'm the god. I'm the god of this channel. Of course I see comments. User. I like User because he's a deep thinker. User is a deep thinker. And getting out of balance means it is out of order, and disorder increases. It is entropy. I hasn't described the full entropy. Oh, I gotcha. If you can control and solve entropy, you can build a warp drive. Well, I mean, hey, look, if you can control entropy, that would be a power of God, right? If you could control entropy, you could time travel. Entropy is what prevents us from traveling back in time. Entropy. If you can control entropy, you're a time traveler. You're probably a 4th or 5th dimensional being. I'm actually doing, the dimensions fascinate me because there's spatial and temporal dimensions, right? Spatial meaning, so the only reason time is the 4th dimension is because it is a construct of the space-time fabric that Einstein used in his equations. He needed, time worked extremely well as the 4th dimension. Now, as a spatial 4th dimension, which is basically represented as a tesseract here in our 3rd dimension, but we can't show it because it's distorted. Imagine, so here in our 3rd dimension, our shadows are 2-dimensional. They're flat. They're like flatlanders. In the 4th dimension, their shadows would be 3-dimensional. So they would project a 3-dimensional shadow. Basically, philosophically, you could argue that we might be, have you thought about this? Are you ready to be mind fucked? I could use bad words later in the show. Unless there's younger, hope there's no younger, don't swear, kids. Don't swear. Imagine this. What if we are actually 4-dimensional beings, but the constructs of their shadow being 3-dimensional entities are a biological representation of their 4-dimensional construct? That's philosophically heavy. User, where are you? Oh, you're still on. Oh, he's on dimensions. My bud's on dimensions. Spatial offset divergence is used to teleport ships across coordinate dimensions. Damn, dude. Can we put you into the space program to build us a warp drive? Dimensions are more like different than we imagine. 4D is space-time, not tesseract. Well, no. Understand, 4th dimension is spatial or temporal. So just like our 3 dimensions are spatial, Einstein made time. Now, most physicists will say that time is not the 4th dimension. If you construct the 4th dimension, it's not going to be time, but it will be a spatial 4th dimension. So there's two different ways of constructing it, temporal or spatial. Yeah, you kind of got to pick one or the other. I did a video on the 10 dimensions of space-time, and I did it based on a temporal, based on time. But it's also spatial in the sense that each level of dimension carries with it a greater power, so that you could argue in the 10th dimension, only one being can exist, and it's not biological. It is a construct that we could never even begin to conceptualize. And we would view that as probably some sort of a deity, right? So you have to look at 4D, 5D, 6D, either through a temporal or spatial. And in this case, I'm looking spatial. Tesseract is a fourth dimensional cube in a three-dimensional representation, right? It's both. But anyway, it will be an interesting thing that you could envision the idea that who is to say that when you go up into higher dimensions that the projection of your shadow doesn't become in some way sentient, right? Maybe they do. Maybe as you go up in dimensions, each projection of a shadow becomes more and more sentient, where a two-dimensional shadow is very not, and maybe we are a 3D representation of the shadow, maybe we are a mere shadow of the fourth dimension. Maybe that's all we are, guys. User X plays host. Could be. It's things to think about, right? It's things to think about. And that's the great thing about science. There is always something to kind of put your mind into and just kind of like, chew away. So, guys, we're going to leave it at that for this evening. I thank everyone. The user, thanks for coming back. Easy. Everyone in the chat, Pamela, people that have come and gone. Great to see you all. I hope you all had a great Christmas. I hope you are all happy and healthy. And New Year's, no drinking. Scratch that. Go ahead and drink. No driving. Okay. Stay at home. Invite friends over. Let them pass out in the guest room. Uber it. Take the keys away. Lock them in a safe. Be safe. Be healthy. We are going to be back tomorrow night. We got another episode of Dimension Zero. My name is Danny Alex. I am your host. I had a great time this evening. I'm going to have a very good sleep myself this evening. And I invite you back tomorrow night. Thank you. Guys, have a great evening. See you tomorrow.
Do it